A total of 1,500 Israeli Defense Forces (IDF) troops were killed within minutes after Iran launched a surprise missile attack on key Israeli military facilities, including logistics bases and reserve barracks, at a time when an official ceasefire with Gaza was still in effect. What made it even more shocking? Most of the soldiers were caught off guard, asleep in their bunks, relaxing, refilling drinks, or even updating social media with captions like, "Ceasefire hits different." The missiles were launched from deep within Iranian and Syrian territory, targeting locations across Beersheba, the Negev Desert, and near Dimona. Israel's early radar systems initially flagged the attack as a malfunction because the missiles were part of a new generation of stealth-guided ballistic weapons. Soldiers called them X-missiles. They show up unannounced and leave everything in ruins. Israel's defense ministry called it the single worst military disaster in modern conflict history, even surpassing the 2006 Hezbollah rocket strike. Iran claimed this was a calculated retaliation. According to Tehran, just 36 hours prior, Israeli special forces violated the ceasefire agreement by infiltrating Gaza. Iranian satellites had tracked this movement, and in under 18 hours, Iran's missile systems were activated and launched. The missiles used dubbed Qatar SR Mark Detun are AI-guided ballistic projectiles with stealth capabilities and pinpoint accuracy. They traveled at speeds up to Mach 6 and struck in spiral formations, disorienting Israel's Iron Dome like a glitch in Windows XP. Most Israeli casualties were reservists caught during rest hours. One soldier was only spared because he happened to be in an underground toilet. Tel Aviv entered panic mode. The entire city was shut down for 12 hours. Emergency cabinet meetings were held in military bunkers. And yet the mood remained chaotic, with leaders pointing fingers and panic brewing. Iran's military spokesperson, Colonel Reza Mahdavi, addressed the press. "If you promise peace but sneak into Gaza with troops, don't be surprised if we respond with missiles." Public reaction in Tehran was celebratory. People gathered in Azadi Square holding posters that read, "Break peace, face precision." Even Hamas commented, "We didn't carry out the strike, but we don't mourn the results." Israeli opposition politicians were quick to lash out. One parliament member stated, "Our government is better at bombing Gaza than protecting our own soldiers." Meanwhile, hospital beds were full, sirens blared, and Tel Aviv was on edge. The global response? Mixed. The UN Security Council held an emergency session. The US condemned the attack, but appeared unsure how to proceed. The EU struggled to draft a united response, citing trade concerns with Iran. Iran, on the other hand, remained calm. At a press conference with saffron tea in hand, Iran's defense minister said, "We don't want war. But if you break ceasefire, expect retaliation with GPS and sincerity." Media reactions ranged from CNN's "Iran shows precision warfare is now dominant" to Al Jazeera's "Israel learns the cost of two-faced ceasefires." Meanwhile, memes and political satire exploded online. One viral post showed IDF troops sleeping with the caption, "Ceasefire said peace, Iran said peace." As the world watches, the question remains, was this the beginning of something far worse? Israel is now restructuring its military leadership, but whether that means retaliation or just better sleep schedules remains to be seen. Because for Iran, a ceasefire isn't nap time. It's just time to see who breaks the rules first, and then strike back with guided intent.